Are very upfront in your face, so can definitely expect some Merc treads, especially with the Leona alongside of it. It'll be interesting to see how Kana does. I'm going to have Subjugate to potentially help burst someone down. You think about Lee Sin, TF, and Jace, that's something they would love to do. And they say, well, we're not really okay to take this one. They see the level 6 on life. All 4 members of Gen.G are here. And Faker's just running bot. Even though Zaya has, yeah, he's going to stop that idea. On Faker, owner could be anywhere. Yes, you are in danger. And here it is. The huge stunt gets all 3 of them into the equalizer. What a play! As now Clint is over the wall. That should be 2. He does pick it up. Thankfully for T1, owner was at least able to pick up the scraps of the Aurelia as they walked straight into that one, and immediately Bertle and Clid just clapped them.
For the mid lane turret there, and if they get first turret blood, might still be a good trade.
Bertle is maybe going to be the sacrificial lamb here. Nice stun onto owner, but will not deny the Q. As this time around, no flash and no hope of survival. But he already did his job, as the pressure in the mid lane is pretty massive. They're really going to push for this mid-tier 1. Bottom lane as well. Guma was left all alone. And so an extra couple of plates are given over to Ruler at the same time. Gen.G also getting the Cloud Drake is pretty nice, although T1 will also get this turret up in the top set.
To wait for him, and again, it's a cross-map trade, but giving up this inner, at the very least, is painful, and I think we might get a second charge here.
They're trying to, no, they're not going to get it. And so that charge will be used here. And now, well, we have the Destiny used, and they're actually jumping onto life here. That is a big pillar, and now the stopwatch has to be used. The charge comes in. Bertle's trying to go 1v3. Nearly able to pick up Keria, but not quite, as the shock blast from Kana is gigantic to pick up the kill onto Leona. As you can see, Clid, he says, all right, kids, it's time to stop fighting. But already T1 have bitten off a massive chunk of the arm of Gen.G.
Was not quite there, and is still a tough balancing act, but right now they're making it work early on. In a minute, the Drake will spawn, and that's a big scatter.
There it is. BDD comes up huge with the scatter, and there is just the follow-up over the wall as T1 runs straight into it, and BDD knocks down the entire team like bowling pins. So now what are you going to do as Gen.G? They're looking to maneuver over to the Baron.
Oh! I don't know if they can do this, Valdez. But if they can, it's so big. Kana is there, though, has his 2-item spike. Incredibly fat, can go for the shock blasts.
Yeah, I think they have enough damage on this one. And yes, Faker and Kana will threaten it. Kana maybe even looking for the steal. He snuck around the backside, and well, okay. That's not the steal. That's going to be the simple smite, of course, from Clid, and that is a huge objective already, 22 minutes into the game.
And Faker just doing his best to try and stall out these backs, but with empowered recalls, not really going to happen. Yes, they...
I feel like the Baron is definitely going to catch everybody up on the side of Gen.G that may have fallen behind on XP. A nice amount of pick going out onto life here as the follow-up and the true shot barrage, and everything's being thrown at him. And the kitchen sink. Here comes owner. Looking for it, maybe. Not going to go for it, but look at the damage coming out of Kana. This is why you ban Wukong on blue side, you pick it for him, and then you play around him, because he can do stuff like this, and there doesn't seem to be much counterplay when you're just running away.
And that's such a good way to regain control of this game as T1, because now you're able to go into the enemy jungle, clear Gen.G, but then they do need to be ready. And Bertle.
Right, we're going to find Bertle. He just runs in there, and he's got stopwatch. He says, okay, guys, I'm beating him. And now, with the exhaust used onto him, we'll see what the follow-up looks like. It doesn't look like much, as BDD only gets in here, and now we got something going for Gen.G. Faker gonna have to flash, as Ruler just takes him down. Even Gale forces forward to make sure. As BDD, the second he arrived, T1 were like, oh. We gotta back out of this one.
Oh, that was such a nice bait from Gen.G. Bertle going in, using the stopwatch to force T1 to actually engage, buying time for the rest of his team, then BDD hitting another amazing scatter, and then the presence of mind of Ruler to already start auto-attacking over the wall, so he has a feather there, so the moment that Faker goes over, he can pull back and instantly blow him up. That's going to be the soul point coming through now here for Gen.G. And this is still such a tense game. This is exactly what I wanted out of a game one between these two teams.
Yeah, in the mid lane, right? And say, okay, we're ready to 5v5 fight. As Bertle looking to take this trade, actually, as in he goes. Not going to land the stun, but he still gets the kill as the teleport comes in, and he easily flashes away from that one. Faker not able to follow up.
And this is exactly the type of play you cannot afford. Gen.G don't sneak another Baron like they did earlier. And
Here we go.
Just going to start it up. Teleport available for Bertle.
Yeah, Keria just Hex Flash over the wall. That is insane amount of value out of that True Shot Barrage, as Clid is incredibly low. And look at that pillar! Once again, in comes Keria. Will Owner knock it down? He cannot, as I think they saw Owner over the top of the wall. But it is still going to be enough to force them back, as the pillars have just been insane, as now Life has to go forward. As the follow-up here from BDD is pretty big, actually. Able to get the kill onto the Trundle and turns it into a one-for-one.
Support trade, so in the end, neither team really able to pick up the objective, but there we do see the power of T1's comp when it comes to Gen.G knowingly going for an objective. If Gen.G can sneak it, Baron is half health before you there as T1, not that much you can do about it, but with the insane amount of range damage available.
And they have position on the Drake right now, but the Baron is available. So we're going to have a bit of a dance now around the mid lane. And I would imagine as long as nobody gets caught on the side of T1, this should favor them, as here's the attempted catch. Life goes in, but it's responded to really well. And look at the poke coming in as the kick is on BDD. Owner will trade his life potentially, as he's even still alive. As the kick is huge, and now Bertle goes forward, but he has an exhaust on him. And now it's 4 members on top of the Aurelia. He's trying to trade one back, but he can't do that. Even Keria is able to survive, as they will run at the Ocean Drake.
And it was a bait all along, Valdez, as that Zenith Blade, yes, you take it. But it doesn't feel good, because a really nicely timed Fashion Flaker drags Life all the way.
Boy.
Oh, that's greedy.
And T1 are running down the mid lane towards the Baron.
They're not able to. Oh, it's so good, though, because if T1 go for the inhibitor, you get Baron. And they don't know that you're down. And you have vision available. Clid has his equalizer up again. Still, this is a really high-risk play, because as Gen.G, if you die here, you might have to give it up.
Yeah, Ruler's on vision now. As, okay, they're going to spot him now with the True Shot Barrage, as let's see it. Nope, it's going to be taken by Ezreal, of course. Nicely done, Gumi. Braum, right? Exhaust Braum. You sit there, you put up your wall. Doesn't quite do the exact same thing, but it's a similar idea. Bertle's got an interesting angle, as he's going to get stunned down and able to go into that W, but it still doesn't matter. And I think T1 are slowly getting in there. That's the big kick, but it's only onto Life, and into the GA goes the Lee Sin, as the follow-up here from Guma, and the rest of the team is just too big. Another big shock blast into the back line, as T1 will push and look to end this game. Another big pillar onto Ruler, as finally he uses that ultimate. And they will just have to flash away. T1 will not back down from this, as they will look to take game number 1 in about 36 minutes. Let's see what BDD and Ruler can do, if anything. No ult available for either of them, so they will just go down, and that will be the end of that. 36.5 minutes. Big smile on Faker's face.
Early on, of course, once BDD gets some AP, we'll be able to blow up the waves and contest Faker relatively well. Ryze can, of course, to a certain extent, follow the TF. But early game on top side, in the last game. Right as you can see here, building up a 20 CL. Oh, Keria.
He took that one wrong step, and now he's dead. As he's going to try to get away, and you know what? With the exhaust, he will not be able to, as he's just going to run into the pit. Clid immediately starts up the dragon, and that one extra step back into the enemy jungle was all it took for the first blood to go to Gen.G.
A really nice trap being set up there by Gen.G, punishing Keria as he goes in to obtain some vision control. And that is huge, because taking down Keria means a bit of relief of pressure for Ruler. Means an initial Drake going over, and you saw especially in this matchup, that means that it's so much easier, I say, as Klid.
Okay, trying to turn it around. No flash here and no ult. No crescent guard for the Xinjiao. Not trying to turn it onto Owner, and Bertle's here first. Big Gnar into the wall, though, as Kana sets it up, but Bertle's not done. He's getting so much work done in the back line. Not able to jump back on the Faker, though. It doesn't matter. He's still able to pick up the triple. BDD immediately gets the emote game going, as that is a really nice turnaround for Gen.G.
Well, not doing that yet, but at any point that he does throw it, it's only 2 plates left on the turret, so it will just instantly go as Faker.
Okay, the flash comes in, and there is going to be the follow-up from Xinjiao. Nice stun onto Klid. Could save his life, but the follow-up, yep, it's not going to be enough. And here's the dive onto the turret. Life is nearly dead. Really big exhaust might save his life, and it actually will. Not enough damage comes out here, but Owner and Keria still able to push them off the turret, and they can hold on to that Rift Herald.
And that's really big, because that means that you can use that pressure to maybe contest the next upcoming Drake in a minute. And if you get that kill on Faker, you might be in a much better spot. You get another kill onto BDD, you get a couple of plates, but with you expending so much resources, not being able to kill Faker, and the cross-map play actually working out for T1, because sure, you don't kill the Leona, but do you really care? That's first turret blood going over. And again, ties into the...
They can just come to the top side as a team and put that pressure on. They're going to give this Infernal over to Gen.G. Gen.G seem okay to take this trade. Rift Herald is about to expire, so Owner is going to have to use it here 100%. And down it will go. But this is going to be a gigantic amount of plates early on in the game.
It's insane. Like, this gold lead is just so big. Nice buff for that, and yeah, honestly, with a Faker.
A solo plate in the mid lane as well. Nobody was there. The Rise is fought. And now the rotation is coming in quicker. They're just going to immediately blow up Ruler. And Life might meet the same fate. The Everfrost does come out, and BDD does have a lot of damage. Faker eats a big turret shot as they fight in the mid lane, as Kana is winning this one against Klid. Klid on the run, will have to flash the wallop, and the house gets dodged.
Even now, like, if it's actual 5v5, like, they have so much power. The damage that BDD and Bertle possess at this point in the game is insane. And you see, this is the beauty of T1. Like, they're not going for anything. Like, they don't care. We're just going to take a turret here, but let's go collapse.
Realm Warp, as everybody's flashing out of that one. And here we go. As the Aurelia goes in, they burst her into the wall, and the damage is enough to just kill him before he can do anything. The shutdown is onto Owner, and Gumayusi is totally safe. Nobody can touch him. As T1 back off into a concave, and they say, come at us. We're not, you know, we already got your Aurelia. You can't do anything to the rest of us. You can't touch us.
And that's that you've forced, the bunch of summoners. Hey, let it go. Because then, this Drake is 100% yours. You're able to pick up soul points, you're able to take control of the bot side of your jungle, and you can just go from there. Might be able to answer here with a charge, a possible take on the top tier, or the inner rather, which would give them a considerable amount of gold. Would not mind that at all.
Yeah, really making a move for this. Zenithblade does go wide, but that is okay. They got their objective that they were looking for. They take down the inners. It's also really funny to watch.
There we go. Just sit in the brush. Someone will walk by.
And you know what? Oh boy, they have the vision over the wall, not able to lock down Keria. Here comes the teleport and the Destiny straight into it. T1 wants the damage, but they can't get it down as the Gnar goes in and dies. And yeah, Faker, he's like, well, I don't want to flash, but I will have to. The response was swift, and it looked good, but then immediately it's like, well, it's mini Gnar into 5 people, and T1 had to back.
It becomes a lot harder for Gen.G.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Here we go. T1's like, uh-oh, abort, abort mission. But now Gnar's coming in, but they only get one. That's not enough. The solar flare onto him, he's dead. As Owner casually is killing the Rise in the backside. As you can see, they're trying to get on top of him, and eventually they will. But it takes a little while, and it buys space for his team. Owner does so much for T1 to try to fight back, claw back in that fight.
Oh.
They're waiting.
Oh.
They're waiting for this one. They're going for Klid. Do they have the burst? The answer is no. The buffer is there again. As you can see, they're just trying to kite back, but now Keria is going to bite the dust. Because of that, Guma and Faker alone here against 4. The Dragon in 17 seconds, and Gen.G should be able to control Soul Point here.
Ooh, I understand this and I respect it. Not wanting to take the risk, recognizing that T1 can't really walk into vision here as... Oh, they don't know.
The ward comes down. That's a nice gold card. Will save them. Hits owner.
And reinforcements are coming. You just need to hold on as Gen.G. Maybe you can get a little bit of sustain going. Clit going to go in, use his passive.
Very interesting use of Ocean Rift. We don't see that every time.
Boy.
As now, Gen.G getting to work.
Has ultimate.
Yeah, Kana, he's not quite at Mega Gnar form, trying to get in there, but nope, that's going to be Glid with the smite. They're going to find Bertle on the backside, though, as he's trying to fight back. He is surviving for quite a while. He's got stopwatch as well. As he gets the kill, he trades it back, as that is going to be so massive as well. Now 4-on-4. Gnar is available, but it's not that position. They're getting kited out right now by the Ezreal, as Ruler's chasing him down. Not quite able to force them into a fight, though.
Not what we're looking for, but they're not.
It's a classic scene in the LCK. And at this point, they're a little bit slow. Gen.G might just be able to lock it down. Owner's really going deep for that play on the BDD. As you can see, Bertle's just going 1v5 up on the top side. Gets the stun on the Faker. As the Zhonya's does come in, Owner zones away a couple. But look at the damage that's being done right now. As they're being hunted down one by one, the Aurelia. Bertle picks up 2, and they get the Ocean Soul. As, oh man, Guma, he gets caught, he gets red, and will he go down is the question. Yes, he will. One more play from Bertle as even the minions come in here. Thank you very much, BDD, for the help.
That's really a performance right there. And yeah, as T1, interesting decision there. Make your read, don't think they can actually get Owner into a position to go for the Baron, or maybe they're trying to win the fight before the Dragon rather, before the Dragon is actually taken. But it doesn't work out. They lose the fight, they lose the Drake. Now Ocean Soul is available for Gen.G. They are going to be able to pick up a free Baron here, because Life, he's taking his zoning job very seriously. There is Owner.
Oh, okay. Stop DPS. He's going in. He's just going in straight up, and nope, it's not going to happen. As down he will go after the stasis. Nice effort there from
Stasis. Gen.G immediately makes a snap decision. Okay, now damage hit, no smite available. Take it down, and that's
look at Bertle.
That's a 17-year-old
He
rookie. He's going
he's
in.
a raid boss right now as the sun comes in, and he is just tanking huge amounts of damage. But this time, Guma, he's got a lot of room. He's kiting them down. He takes down Life. Now Clint's in danger as he's trying to get within that Crescent Guard. As Baker almost dies, it's a nice flawless duet, but the Gnar to counter. It's now jumping away as Guma, and Bertle is loose again after the GA, and here comes the rest of the team. BDD, by the way, full health, full mana, able to get over the top with that Realm Warp. And this is looking like the Game 3 you were hoping for, Chronicler, because it doesn't look like T1 have a chance to stop this push.
Teleport available as well. Bertle just finishing his wits end. Now going to teleport in here.
Yeah, this should be it. Let's see if they can clear the waves. No Guma UC for 30 seconds. It's not looking good. As you can see, Owner will go in immediately to his demise as Kana meets the same. And so will Faker after the Zhonya's. Down it goes. BDD picks it up. He says, I'm helping. And down will go the Nexus. And we will have a game number 3. You know, like, let's go. I'm very curious to see his Wukong now. Because, again, we've only seen him on, I think, 3 games of Aurelia and 1 game of Jace.
On even footing, it's really hard to kind of get back, and T1 recognizes that and picks himself up a free dragon here. Sneaky play there from Owner.
Yeah, sneaks on down.
Everyone is grouped up. We do see Life moving closer. The ball is there.
Just way too many ultimates available for T1 though. You got the Moonlight Vigil, you have Shockwave, you have the Slicing Maelstrom. Even Kana's got a nice little angle here. The box comes down like
the flash.
And here we go, we're jumping in. The Cyclone, the kick will deny it, and a huge Slicing Maelstrom into Shockwave combo. Who could have seen this coming? Well, we were just talking about it. They press all their buttons, and the flank does come in a huge manner. The only thing for Gen.G is that they did pick up that Rift Herald.
And you get the Herald, but what does it cost you? Basically,
we have to fight. And it was just, I just don't think that was the time for Gen.G to go for the fight, and T1 executed it very nicely. As you mentioned, the kick was huge. Faker does have his flash, but it's going to be rough to get away from this one. Thankfully, Keria is in position. Yet another reason why you don't like to give this pick over, although he will have to flash now.
Oh, BDD? Nope.
That's okay. Meanwhile, trying to get in here, he's got some help, and Owner's like, buddy, yeah, not going in on that one, especially with the teleport. So Kana gets in there, denied by Bertle.
Already some health stacking going on with the Ruby Crystal and the Doran's shield.
All right, really trying to put that pressure down, and the Moonlight Vigil might just be enough. The exhaust is so crucial for keeping him alive. As meanwhile, Bertle might just die here. One auto, and down he goes. So we'll have to see that one. There was a no-slicing Maelstrom for the cannon. Maybe he just face-checked and died. We'll have to see.
Pretty sure it was, I need to shove this wave into Kana's teleport into, I'm dead, guys. I'm very sorry. Yeah, the classic greed for the shove that I'm sure we're all familiar. Faker ulting to bring some fear into the hearts of Gen.G. And also, there is a Drake online. So health trading right now is looking pretty peachy. Bertle also teleporting towards topside with...
Looking for the fights, but here comes everybody from Gen.G except Bertle.
Everyone's here.
And yeah, Gumi's like, well, I guess I got to turn this because I'm dead otherwise. And he might just be able to. Gets the flash, and now the play, trying to get in there, and he gets the hit. And down he will go. But they're able to trade the 1-for-1. Now Keria's in a rough spot, but the team is rotating now. And he will be able to, well... he will be able to run and buy a lot of time for Shirley to be taken by T1.
Good enough. You'll take that trade.
Oh! The Hex Flash play.
Nice.
Didn't come through. I like the idea, Keria. You get bonus points.
Emote as well. That gets you extra points for style.
Look at the gold difference now.
I'd rather not sell this. Later, it's like 270 gold, which doesn't really buy you anything relevant in the League
buy a
of
refillable
Legends.
pot.
Yeah, but you already had that. Yeah, that's
true. Yeah.
That's not the type of.
You get refillable and one control ward with 250.
Oh, I like your optimism.
A little bit to spare. You know, maybe you go futures market, you send it into like a ruby crystal. Yeah, who knows?
Sounds good.
Possibilities are endless, but. Okay,
Oh.
nice little flank angle here, and this is actually going to be really fantastic as in he goes, and the follow-up body slam is huge, but the damage coming out from Kana is way too much on the backside. Keria and Faker are zoned out as they're not able to do too much. Bertle's still alive, but Owner just going to take the easy way out there ahead, 2-1, but too healthy are the side of Gen.G, and they will push them back, staying alive with a really awesome flank from Bertle.
Ooh, that was a high-risk moment, but T1 are able to actually execute on it. Do have to invest a lot of summoners into staying alive here, but should still be able to pick up a soul point without so much as a hitch. And this is where you run into the trouble. If this is a relatively easy situation as Gen.G, you can win that fight easy peasy. You'll be completely okay, you'll be able to blow up multiple members, but because the lead for T1 is so big to out-execute in team fights every now and then. And to see them pivot away from that, to put Kana on a straight-up team-fighting carry, and Gen.G not really having an answer is a good look for T1.
They're
look at that health.
And Bertle, he's got a nice ward there, but it did just expire. As we are waiting, and here we go. In comes the Wukong, but that Baron is getting so low, and you cannot deny the Olaf, and he will not be denied the Baron as a massive shockwave, though, into the slicing Maelstrom. Do they have the damage? Ruler's got a lot of room here. But it doesn't matter, the Wombo combo and the wallets are too big on the side of T1. They lose the Baron, and they just barely eke out the fight. Thanks, Jonas Strong.
On our aware, though. And...
Gen.G.
They're going to flip it.
Yep, you're just going to hope and Clid. I hope he's got the golden smite button. Do they have the damage? Yes, they will. They zone him away, and Bertle does a good job as well. Has to go into his stopwatch as Kana's looking for the flank. It's not as crisp this time. They're able to zone him away, but still it's 2 kills for the side of T1. And now the Ragnarok'd up. Olaf is not quite able to commit as hard on into that one. Gen.G, they stop the Ocean Soul though, and they keep this game potentially alive.
And it's hard to push in because yes, you can now go for the shove, but the moment 20 seconds still left on the Baron buff, it's a negative gold Baron power play, but you still take it. You deny the soul, even worse.
Extend that gold lead. Are they just gonna do it again?
No, they wouldn't. Surely not.
I mean, they do have great turn, and they do have potential flank angles with the cannon. But again, you're not denying the Olaf. So you got to know what you're getting yourself into. As Bertol, he's just looking for the cannon, trying to get on top of Kana here. He's going for the 1v1. As T1 say, good luck, Kana. We're going for the Drake. As Clid, he's just getting in there, but he doesn't have too much support. He's going to stay alive as the Ragnarok's still here. The poke damage trying to come out. They lost the cannon, and now they're trying to get in. They kill the Olaf and get the Baron, and now life goes down. And T1 will be able to turn this Bertol. Desperate to try to survive, but he cannot alone. And now T1 triple kill on Gumayusi, and they're pushing top. They do not care about the dragon.
And that should be it here, Veldis. And I get the call to try and take down Kana, but maybe just scare him off and then still hard commit, because the key thing there was BDD wasn't there. BDD was helping Bertol because he does not win that 1v1 alone due to the lead that T1 has. And
Ruler. Oh man, there it is!
God!
It's nuke from range, and now you lost your 80 carry. And yes, there are a couple of members coming up soon, but I don't think it matters. Gumayusi is still alive, and they have Baron buff. I think T1 have done it. Let's see if Gen.G can pull off the miracle hold. Life runs in to his death, and so will the Olaf. Ridiculous amounts of sustain, but it just does not matter. As Gumayusi, 11 kills in this game, and they will be able to shut it down. T1 take a gigantic victory here, leading into playoffs.